Hi guys, again, you're going to see a lot of videos with me wearing this top and this makeup look, so apologies about that. But today I thought we would, well, in this TikTok, I thought we would talk about the follow-up letter I got. The one that made no sense, was complete medical jargon, and I'm going to tell you about what my doctor said, my GP, because I was just so bamboozled by the letter. I mean, I can't even pronounce half the words that are in the letter, let alone tell you what it is. So, right, so it goes on to say that I have a right middle meatal polyp. I knew that I had a polyp. I didn't know where it is. I feel like it's quite close to my sinuses. That they did a CT scan which showed total, I can't even pronounce this word, total opacification, got there, of the right maxillary sinus. So I've just done a little bit of research on Google now before I've come on here. The only way to sort that out is obviously surgery. I'm going to go into what they've told me in the next one, in the next TikTok. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Yeah, it says total opacification of the right maxillary sinus with confluent intracoronal polyp extending through an accessory ostia into the middle meatus and further posteriorly through the posterior corona into the postnasal space. Do you know, can you understand what I mean? You know, for a non-medical person, I'm sure there's doctors on here who will understand that, and that's why I decided to take this letter to my doctor, because I can't understand that. I'm not medically trained, and then they're saying that there's a cyst. Like, I've been getting pain here, so they're saying that there's probably a cyst and I need to go and see a dentist about that. So we don't really need to talk about that because it's got nothing to do with the surgery that I'm going to be having. What else? Yeah, facial opinion is recommended for that. Yeah, and it doesn't really say anything else. So basically, I went to my GP and I just I shoved the letter at him and I said, can you explain to me what this is? You know, I don't understand what they're going to be doing. I couldn't understand my ENT when she was speaking to me. She was speaking really fast. She showed me the CT scan on the computer and she was just speaking so fast. I didn't even know that there was any problem with my sinuses, and to go in there, and I feel like I was kind of bombarded in a way, because obviously I'm going in for a polyp. I feel like, you know, that's the only thing wrong with me, and they're telling me another thing, you know, about my sinuses. So I kind of switched off for a minute, and then she said, so do you understand what I mean? And I'm like, well, no, not really. And then she threw the consent form at me, so I'm going to talk about the consent form probably in another video. I've touched upon it vaguely in previous videos, but in this one, I just want to tell you what my own GP said about this letter. He wasn't happy. He saw how stressed and anxious I am. I'm an anxious person anyway. I suffer quite badly with social anxiety. So to get a letter like this, not knowing what's happening, really not knowing what's going on within my own body, he tried to explain it to me, and I said to him, because I really value his opinion, he's a very, very good doctor. He's known me since I was small, and I said, in your opinion, do you feel like I need this surgery? Because I'm very scared of surgery. I'm very scared of hospitals. And he said, Andrea, he said, you need to speak to the ENT. You need to speak to this doctor. And I said, right, okay then. And he said, what I'll do is I'll contact the doctor. He said, I'm not happy in the fact that they've just sent you the same letter as they've sent me. You know, I can understand them sending it to us. You know, we understand the medical jargon of this letter, but I mean, they should have sent a more simplified version of it. not because you can't understand this and you don't have the capacity to Google, but I mean, at the end of the day, why should you? You need to voice your concerns to your consultant, which I've tried. I've tried voicing my concerns to my consultant that I saw originally, who's going to be performing the surgery, and you can't get hold of them, guys. You can't get hold of him. You know, it's like he just doesn't want to speak to people, like he'll get somebody else to call on his behalf, the same woman who I can't understand because her accent's so thick. And, you know, it's like, slow down a little bit. Can you speak a bit slower so I can try and understand what you're trying to tell me? And she's going to... Yeah, so it's like, just slow down a little bit. I need to understand what you're trying to tell me. And you know, there's like a consultant's phone call coming up where I did actually manage to speak to her. Basically what happened, my GP called the ENT secretary of the person that was supposed to be ringing me back. He passed it on to her again, and she called me, left a voicemail because I couldn't get to my phone, so she left me a voicemail and said she was going to ring me the next day. Got to like 2 weeks. I'd waited like 2 weeks for the phone call. Nothing had happened, so I called the ENT medical secretary myself and just explained the situation. And I called them really because it was in regards to the waiting list, which again I will talk in a separate video. But anyway, you know, I said, look, you know, I've been waiting on a phone call. I've got some concerns about the operation. I've got some questions. When is somebody going to ring me? You know, I've been waiting 2 weeks now. And she said, oh yeah, Dr. So-and-so was supposed to ring you, wasn't she? And I said, well, could my own ENT, the one that's doing the surgery, could he not ring me? And she said, well, I'll ask him, I'll have a word with him and we'll see what we can do. And I'm thinking, what? I've been to see him, you know, I went to see him on the first appointment. Why can I not have a 5-minute phone call with him? All I wanted someone to do is reassure me that they do this surgery every day, which they do, and that I'll be okay and that I'm in good hands. That's all I want, and it just seems to be like every time I speak to someone, I'm just feeling worse and worse about the surgery. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here because this was how my doctor reacted to the follow-up letter, and then I'll come back and let you know basically what they said when I called them about the waiting list, and also the consultation that I had with the same woman, the ENT. And yeah, there's still a lot to get through. I'm going to my pre-op assessment tomorrow, so you'll hear about that soon as well. But yeah, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.